if I can get it going. There we go. One of the things we're going to do tonight, since we're 1 year with 7K. You all know that? Mm-hmm. We're not 1 year in Baton Rouge yet.
Did you go up to Alabama?
Yeah, we are. We're 1 year. We're 1 year. But remember, 7 months of it was pre-launch. That's figuring out what to do, how to do it. They've only been officially launched since the kickoff on July 29th, when we all went up to Idaho. I got some numbers to report to you. They're setting network marketing records. They have over $1 million in sales.
Look at their product.
In sales.
Gold and silver.
That's not gold and silver sales. That's
membership, huh?
membership sales.
I think we're gonna need a bigger.
That's us buying products that promote points. That's how we get paid. Do we get paid on anything anybody buys at cost? No. We're the Costco of gold and silver. That's the whole point, okay? Now, the other thing that, so remember I gave you some quick points that you always need to have in your pocket, always. The things that I say, this is the things you can talk about, until you can learn how to really do the presentation. Because if you try to explain the business, it's not duplicatable. Everything you do, you really want to try and learn how to be duplicatable. That's why I say it takes a minimum of 2 years to learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques to do the business. Okay, so we're going to fill in those blanks, or those things that you can always talk about, and you should talk about. This is the things that you should know. Now, they're in your video. Okay, one of them is that everybody needs to own gold and silver. Now, why do they need to own gold and silver? They need to own it to protect their total asset value, no matter how small it is or how large it is. And the rule of thumb is everybody needs to have 10% of their net worth in actual physical gold or silver. Now, the rationale for that, because people are going to ask you, well, why should I buy gold and silver? I can't even pay for my bills. I said, but you do want to retire, don't you? Yeah. Okay. Well, would you like to retire in style, or would you like to just retire and still get into the soup line? If you have gold and silver in your pocket, the two things that exemplify it, one thing you want to remember is in the 1800s, with a $20 1 ounce gold piece, you could buy a custom suit or a brand new Colt revolver, right? Pistol. Today, with a $20 crisp bill, what can you buy with it? You can't buy hardly anything. But if you had that same $20 1 ounce gold piece, you could buy a custom-made suit or basically any revolver, handgun you want with that. That's why you need to have in your pocket. Okay, well, I can't afford gold. It's too expensive. Oh, point number 2 that you should absolutely memorize, have at your hand all the time. In your video, in 1965, with $2,500 or 2,500 silver dollars, U.S. silver dollars, you could buy a brand new Mustang. Today, with 2,500 crisp dollars, what can you buy? with $2,500. What kind of car? Could hardly get up the hill. That's what you could buy. Could hardly get up the hill, right? Okay.
You can buy a lemon with.
That's a car hardly. Could hardly get up the hill. Okay. But with 2,500 ounces, those same 2,500 ounces, you could buy 2 brand new Mustangs. That's why I ask you to every day spend 15 minutes on your website until you completely know everything about that website, where it's at, without even ever clicking on a button. See, if you do that 5 days a week, every day, for the next 2 years, you will absolutely have every skill, attitude, and technique at your fingertip. And you won't have to rehearse anything, won't have to memorize anything. It would just come naturally, flow off the tip of your tongue. The other point that you need to always have at your hand is a 7K $125 travel card. And what do you buy every month to stay active in the business? An MS-70 Silver Eagle. And it costs, with taxes and insurance, $103.75. Well, that's with taxes and insurance delivered to your door, right? And sure, people are going to say, well, I can get that cheaper. Look here, look here. Oh, yeah. We admit that. 7K doesn't sell this product at the cheapest price, nor are they the most expensive, because every day on QVC, they're $130 each. And right now, they're the #1 seller. Guess who's #2 right now? 7kmetals. We're soon approaching to overtake them in selling the MS-70.
What is it? What channel?
QVC.
QVC.
QVC, Home Buying, Home Shopping Network.
How much I read.
Okay. Well, why do I tell you to have these? Well, when you hit that objection, when you learn how to handle the objection, this is how you handle the objection. You say, yeah, you're right. That's true. But see, I get mine free.
Huh?
You see, every time I buy one of these for $103.75, they send me one of these $125 travel cards free. So actually, they're paying me to save these things. And I just showed you why everybody needs own gold and silver, right? Well, guess what? Ever since they've been producing these, since 1986, there hasn't been a coin that's been produced, an MS-70 that's sold, that 5 years later wasn't worth much more than what it sold for. So, again, yeah, why not get it free? You're going to travel, you stay in hotels, or you would like to travel, and you like to stay in hotels, huh? Yeah, okay. Take vacations, okay. Well, you can go to 7K, just like we're the wholesaler, we're the Costco of gold and silver, we're the Costco of travel. You can compare 7K Getaway Travel with every other website, Priceline.com, and you can compare every one of them. Same travel package, 7K is less in the beginning before you use your travel dollars. Okay? So key, you get to save on travel. You get to do it free. But what part of free do you not like? I want you, that's another question I want you to remember. That's a question you need to start learning how to ask. What part of free do you not like? Okay. What's the other question I tell you to remember, Chet? At the end of the video, when I stop and we stop, I look at your guests, I look them square ball in the eye, and what do I say? I ask, Do you see any reason not to get started right now? I don't ask them, do they have any questions? You're begging for trouble. So there's 2 questions you must learn, heart, by heart.
What do you like?
What part of free do you not like? And do you see any reason not to get started right now? Okay? Okay. The next thing that you need to learn about is we are the Costco of gold and silver. And there's an easy way to prove it. See, we have the absolute lowest cost silver in the world. Our 1 ounce generic rounds are 10 cents above spot price. Nobody sells them for that except dealers. 10 cents above spot price. They're almost, they are giving it to the people who really want to buy gold and silver. So if you find people who are already buying gold and silver, this is the one product you talk about. Rounds. See, they know generic rounds. Everybody knows the eagle. Everybody knows the maple leaf. Everybody knows the Australian coin. Everybody knows the Austrian coin. But see, what people who are really into buying gold and silver, they know generic rounds and bars. That's what they know, because they're buying the real product. Okay, just that. They don't want any art. They just want pure gold, pure silver. Okay. 10 cents above spot. 5th thing. See, I've added some tonight, so to give you the rest of it. The 5th thing is that when they say, well, that's network marketing. Well, there's 2 ways to handle that. Yes and no. It's a form of referral marketing. But it's not network marketing like you know of and you're thinking of. Because you're thinking of all those other companies got all these complicated comp plans and all these complicated qualifiers and all that kind of stuff. Let's just kind of keep it simple. The lowest check in this business is $500. And the only thing that 7K is doing, since it's the Costco of gold and silver, is they're not spending all the money on advertising and TV. They get memberships only from members referring other members. That's the only way you're going to find out about it. You're not going to hear it on the radio like you do Swiss America, Lear Capital, and all the rest of those gold and silver companies, and Monex. You're only going to hear it from somebody that's a member of 7K. Now, Costco may give you a little bit of referral fee when you get a new member to be a member, but they don't give you a lineage of referral fees connected to that person who connects another person who connects a person. 7K does. So in that essence, it has some semblance because of the comp plan to network marketing. But it's a totally new way of doing business because you're not just pumping money in. You're getting products of real value. Travel, gold, silver. And it's a very simple thing. Buy this product that you get free once a month. Your membership, you're going to get a $250 travel card free when you pay for your $250 membership.
And then when you get your coin a
$250
month.
travel card?
You get a $250 travel card.
When you
When you renew, you get to it. And so, basically, I just need to know what part of free you don't like. It's not network marketing like you think. So and that may be a family member you're trying to get in or trying to get to look at the business. The video that you want to show them is the one I just put up on YouTube, which we show here every Tuesday night. I now have it on your YouTube site. So you have a link, you can send it out. Okay, that's the one I use to prospect with. Okay. The last thing that I want you to always remember is this. How would your life change if you had an extra $500 or $1,000 a month? And you could have that for the rest of your life. Would that change your life? That's the other question I want you to remember. How would your life change if you had an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? And you had it for the rest of your life, even when you retire. Would that change your life?
Yes, it will.
And all you do is say, let's watch this video. And you sit down and you watch the video with them. Okay? They now have the tools, and a lot of people are asking me, well, when are they going to put air travel in? When are they going to do that? Listen, I'm screaming at the company, put the brakes on. I don't want anything new. I don't want anything extra. I don't want training. I don't want anything else. Let's just go build. And we don't need anything extra. We got all the things we need to take this company into big time momentum. And I just want total stabilization and building. So please do not call the company and start asking them, can they do this and can they do that? If we can just cut down on those calls, they'll stop thinking and talking about all that stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. How do you handle your family? Now's the time for Christmas. Okay. You got Christmas. I would encourage you to pull together a letter or an email that's specifically for your family. Something like this. Look, I know maybe I've shared some things with you in the past, but I love you. I care about you. And because it's me, you may have some preconceived ideas. What I'm going to ask you to do is just keep an open mind for at least 1 hour. If you could do that, for you, not for me. For you, not for me. Because I really have stumbled into something with the right people at the right time. And I really don't want you to be saying, why didn't I tell you about it 2 years from now? Because I'm telling you about it now. And all you have to do is just watch this video with no interruptions from beginning to end. And that's all I want you to do. And if you have any questions after that, if I can't answer the questions, I will certainly get the answers for you. I love you, to your health and to your future, but just remember, answer this one question. How would your life change if you had an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? Now, and for the rest of your life. Wouldn't that be worth 1 hour of open-mindedness? P.S. I love you again. Okay. That's it. You know? You if you want to change some words in there, that's fine, but I didn't come with the ones that I've written and are proven facts. I just scripted that up in my head because Francis needed it tonight. Okay. Now, for the rest of the night, what I really want to do is, exemplify. I know we have done our testimonies, but everybody that earned a check last week, stand up. No, stand up. Yeah, stand up.
Okay, we'll clap our hands for you.
Yeah, and guess who isn't here?
Yep.
Woodrow's not here, and Billy's not here. The Bernard brothers, all three, earned a $500 check together in 1 week. Tom, who's lost, as he told me, $60,000 plus in previous multi-level marketing deals, has made over $4,000 in this company. Andy, who's lost lots of extra money in other multi-level marketing deals, has now made over $2,000. If this doesn't, and Billy, who's never made any daggone money, has made a $500 check.
That's right.
And I know all of y'all thought Billy would never make a check.
Yes, indeed.
Now we know Chet's going to make thousands and thousands.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm trying. I'm definitely trying.
Well,
I
you
am.
Well,
No, but I
you
am.
are.
I am.
You just got.
I am.
You
Right.
just got started.
Yeah, I am.
You just got
I
started.
am. I'll make some money.
Okay. This is a real key about how powerful this business is. David's made a check. Just about every. And look, there's a lot of you on the verge of a check, and that's going to come. Remember what I gave y'all the numbers when they came out with travel? When they came out with travel, let me go through those numbers real quick for you again. And they're in my head. But Cecil, you'll pick this one up because you hadn't heard this one yet. I said, all you have to do is get into business, sponsor one on your left, one on your right, and with a quarter of the month purchase that you purchase yourself, because you're getting free, in 2 years you will at least make a $500 check. Period. You're going to actually make it before 2 years because you can do, because the 20 points of your coin of the month, and see, this is posted to your weak side. You get credit for your own BV now.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That was part of the comp plan that went over everybody's head, but they really didn't catch that. Yeah.
I caught it.
That goes to your weak side. So 12 months of buying is 240 points. You sponsor a person on your left and a person on your right. Okay? And they're buying, if they buy, you're going to make it in a year. Okay? But if they don't, you're going to be getting your 240 points there. You're going to get your renewal, and then you're going to get your other 240 points. And when the month of activity that they have to have for you to get your check, they both have to be active for that month for you to get your check. They have to have another. So that's 40 more points. You add them all up, you get a $500 check. Okay?
Now, why do you say they have to buy? What part of free do you not understand?
You're so right, Cecil. Well, what a free. Well, they have to purchase it to get the free. See, that's the main thing. You have to purchase it to get the free. That's the main thing. So that's kind of how I wanted to end this part. And the last thing I want to hit you with on that multi-level marketing is the thing we have on the screen. And the thing I have in your tool pack. And you should always have that. That Cover Success magazine. Network marketing truly has created more millionaires than any other industry in America. For the average guy and gal. That is the opportunity to do business. You can start a business for $250. Your operating expenses are about $115, $120 a month. and you can make $7,000 a week, that's pretty powerful. That's real powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Show me another alternative to that. Show me another business that you're doing. It takes time. Okay. Then go to the job description. And in a job description, you have the 5 things that I know teaches you everything you need to do about the business. And that's that commitment of 5 to 10 hours a week. It's attending an opportunity meeting or a training session once a week. You got to hit an opportunity. So for people that's away and not at a local meeting and you can't start one, then you hit that conference call. You got many nights in noontime, nighttime. You got many opportunities to hit that opportunity call. And it's better if you have somebody on the line with you. And they even have it recorded so you can catch a recorded call. But you must listen to the opportunity once a week. Do you know why you have to do that, Tom? You got to sell yourself again because people get self-doubt. Okay? Doesn't matter. You got to sell yourself again. And the more times you listen to that opportunity, the more it is ingrained in you. And then you know your opportunity without having to stumble over it or missing good salient points of that sell your opportunity. Then the other is the job description, George.
The way they're labeled, it's not.
Not job description.
Yeah.
Uh,
Got commitment, attitude.
there it is, right there. You got it.
This one.
Yeah. Job description. Keys to wealth.
I'm gonna rename it.
What's it called?
The job description. Keys to wealth. 5 to 10 hours a week, 2 years. And now y'all know why it takes 2 years. That's to develop the SATs, skills, attitudes, and techniques. That's why I have the attitude in your thing to read it. Okay, but once you have those skills, attitudes, and techniques, believe me, the company's going to be in a shape that it's really in a growth curve, and that 3 to 5 years is when you can build a fortune, because you won't need an upline, you won't need anybody to help you. You really will be helping all of your people. So you won't have time to get help. I mean, you might want, I even ask people to help. So we all ask people to help. And sometimes there's people you want to get 3 ways with. But you're going to be able to do this business all by your lonesome if nobody else was around, if you follow the formula. And the key to that formula is number 2, but I'm going to skip it and go through the others because I want you to understand why I say read that website and then do that opportunity meeting and then expose the business to 5 people a day, 5 days a week. Remember, we're just making a touch. I'm not asking you to make a presentation because we're going to go back. Number 5 and number 2 go together. And I'm going to give it the advanced training I gave y'all one night in a few minutes. And here it is again. You start with that list of 50, but you must build your list of 500. Because if you don't build your list of 500, trust me, you will not. Unless you just get lucky and get one on your left, one on your right that's going to take off. You will not be able to capitalize and make that $7,000 a week. But if you do the list of 500 and you do the business the way that I'm teaching you, you will make that $7,000 a week because it is numbers. And so you take that list and you take the text that I've given you or rewrite your own text or use the ones at the company. Zach's got his, Josh got his. But Josh and Zach's training program, when y'all start seeing it, it's exactly the same as mine. Well, there's a reason that it's the same as mine. They're successful because it's duplicatable. They knew how to make duplicatable. You can't do these complicated systems and it become duplicatable. Any person that does the duplicatable systems is real simple. And that's the whole key. That's why you use videos to answer objections and use a text and an email, and you don't explain it. Okay? So when you build your list of 500, when you go through that first list, all I want you to do is send a link to your website, 7kmetals / and you know, how would an extra $500 or $1,000 a month change your life? Watch this. Tell me what you think. That's simple. Go through and send out 500 of them. Your first sift of that first 500. Now, you're putting together your list as you're doing it, and I don't want you to send out 500 at one time. You get hit with spamming and texts, spamming and emails. You send out 5 a day or 10, and it doesn't take you more than 5 minutes. Okay? So, you do that. 5 a day is 25 a week, right, Marilyn? That's 100 a month. That's 5 months worth of work, y'all. Isn't it? Mm-hmm. To do a list of 500. Trust me, you'll be building your business and helping them build theirs at the same time. But that's how you start building big. Okay? Then you go back through your list the second time. You go through that list of 500 7 times. 7 times 500 is what, chat? 3,500. 3,500. 3,500 touches, but more than touches. Because, see, you're going to be then following up the second time. It's going to take you a lot longer to go through that. Because when you send out the first 5 that next day, that you're to either follow up with them with a text, and you must get a response, or you keep following up, or follow up with an email. I follow up with phone call. Phone call is most effective. And that's what I recommend you follow up with. But if you're so introverted and you don't want to do that, then, do your text and do your email. But phone call is the most effective. You call a person up. Hey, chat, what'd you like best about the videos you saw? They aren't going to lie to you. If they didn't watch them, they'll tell you. Then your job is to learn how to get a commitment out of them to spend 18 minutes. Actually, it's not 18 minutes. All 4 of the videos now are 14 minutes. They've been cut down. Will you spend just 15 minutes for you? Watch those videos, and I won't bug you anymore. But I do want your opinion on what you like best on them. I'm going to call you back tonight at 10. Is that okay? Call them back. Okay, your job is to follow up with them until they tell you about that video. Okay? Now, if they say no, okay, that's okay. Next. You just keep on going down the list. Okay, you take them off that little follow-up list on this second round. Believe me, you're going to come back on the third round. It's going to be about a year later, and you're going to contact them again. You know why you contact them again? Because their lives change. Their debts change. Situations change. That's why you go through the list 7 times. Except by this time, you're going to have some good news to report to them. You'll say, that business I contacted you about last year? Man, this thing's working. I've already made $4,000 in it. Listen to me, Tom. Okay, this is your line now. Andy, that business I contacted you last year about? I've already made $2,000. All your band members, all that kind of stuff that told you no, get away, you got a disease, right? Okay, now you got fact to hit them with. You've made money. And you pour out, take all the pockets of coins you got since you've been in bed. Dump it up there. Show it off. Show it off. Well, you go through this 7 times, and your ultimate objective, all you're doing is trying to pique somebody's interest enough that they start asking questions. As soon as they ask a question, they are interested. They're in. I don't care how much they're telling you no. They're asking questions, they're interested. Okay? And that becomes you got to put an asterisk by them, because that's a star follow-up contact. And that is it. This is the business, the whole business, nothing more. That's the whole system. Now you just create some nuances in it with time as you get better at it, and then how to handle objections. And those are separate trainings though. Okay?